Here's a song about my mom and dad. My mom and dad are still living in the house where I grew up. Amazingly, they're living with my sister and her husband now, who are helping them, assisting them. And my dad has always loved my mom's cooking and baking, especially. And so this is a true story. My daughter, forgive me if you've heard this one already. Sometimes I tell stories about my kids, and I think of my favorite ones. This is one of my favorite ones. My little Lucy, who's 8 now, I think she was probably about 6 or 7 years old when she said this. So I'm making toast for her in the morning. Lucy's always loved toast with butter on it. In fact, when I asked her when she was younger what her favorite food is, she said butter. So she's always been passionately in love with buttered toast. And I made her and her sister breakfast one time before they went going to school. And I gave her the toast, and she said, "Oh my gosh, this is so good. Dad, when you die, can I have the toaster?" Vern said, "Hey Dorothy, what are you baking? Smells awfully good, I bet you must be making my favorite apple pie. Honey, please tell me it's true." Dorothy said, "Yes, Vern, but it's not for you, dear. I made it for the bake sale this Sunday at church. You hear, so don't you go stealing a piece now, Vernon, don't you?" He sulked over supper and he settled for cookies. But there at that pie on the stove, he kept looking with a thought that some stranger would have it, which he could not stand. He sat in his sad resignation all evening, moped off to bed, stared at the ceiling, then he started to smile because Vern was devising a plan. Now most folks who have met him insist that he seems like a reasonable guy. So before I describe what he did, let me explain to you why. You see, after 40-some years of her rhubarb and apple, still nothing on earth could make Vernon more happy than the thought of a slice with a scoop of ice cream on the side. And that's why Vern had to buy Dorothy's pie. That Sunday morning, quite coolly and calmly, Vern shaved and buttoned his shirt nonchalantly, drove them to church, said his glory bees and amens. Afterwards, Dorothy fetched her creation, went to the church hall to make her donation. Vern followed closely behind her with his secret intent. Passing by tables of brownies with walnuts, poppy seed pastries and cheesecakes, cream puffs, he was unwavering, keeping his eye on the prize. And when she arrived at the back where you check in, Vern stepped in with a deft interception, slapped down a 5 on the table, said, "That pie is mine." Maybe you've heard of the old aphorism, love made a fool out of me. Well, love made Vern want in just 40 minutes at 425 degrees. You see, after 40-some years of her rhubarb and apple, still nothing on earth could make Vernon more happy than the thought of a slice with a scoop of ice cream on the side. And that's why Vern had to buy Dorothy's pie. Actually, he says the ice cream isn't needed because every piece of Dorothy's pie by itself is complete. She bakes all kinds of sweetness inside. Thank you.